Let's all go to the mall.
Party with your favorite monsters during Halloween Horror Nights.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Stay and Scream podcast. I am your host Tim, and we're here because we got another spec map over the weekend, yesterday in fact, on Easter. So we're here to talk about that. Anybody on YouTube can see there's only 3 of us here tonight. Liz is sick and she can't speak. Boo. So it's just the fellas tonight. So on my left is Brady. How's it going, buddy? How are you?
Hey. Pretty much the same old. Went to Philly, got to see some Horror Night stuff in the middle of March. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
What else? I saw Ready or Not 2. That's horror related. That was fun.
Nice.
That's
Excellent.
pretty much it. On my end.
All right, cool. Ash, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, man. 1/3 of the fellas over here. Liz needs to get better. She needs to be drinking some honey and hot waters. We need a bag.
Yeah.
For some spec. Yeah.
I know I asked Brady.
Wait, Tim.
What?
Tim, how are you?
Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I'm good. Hey, have you watched There's Something Bad Something Bad is Going to Happen yet?
Watched episode 1 last night. Chelsea will not watch any further.
Still on my list.
You won't watch any further?
No, Chelsea won't. I mean, she doesn't like horror stuff anyway, but this first episode, like how sort of like on edge we had the whole episode.
I went into this like not knowing really anything about this show. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic show. So please get to getting on that and finishing it. Brady, you need to start it.
I got to start it. I've heard great things.
I know.
so
Just like I know I need to start the pit. So
you got to start it.
I know. All right, so we're here because we got another map from Horror Night Nightmares.
Absolutely.
It's our Easter edition. Not a lot of changes on this map from the previous one. Minor things here and there. A lot of more of like now they're in different spots than the first map. Like they're in different,
some location changes. We got scare zones now. We got shows. We have
scare zones and zones are on here now. So we'll talk about that. So we'll just kind of walk around the park again real quick with the houses because honestly, like I said, there's really nothing that has changed too drastically. So we'll just keep going around. So obviously we got the first announcement. We have the Jack versus Oddfellow Chaos and Control, or is it, in Soundstage 22. What was the original? That one was a picture of a Jack in the Box. And, yeah. Okay, cool. Just making sure.
And this is confirmed location, right?
This is the only house that is confirmed on this map. Yeah. It's the only one that has been announced. Yeah. So, and we've discussed this in length already, so we're not.
It's really nice. We've checked one off on the spec map,
No, it's great. Brady, just continue us along. Where we got to next?
Yeah, 23A. We've got the same thing. This one held true. We've got a book or a Bible or something on fire. Not too much to touch on with this one. Mostly just the changes for this map, but seemingly Evil Dead Burn is kind of solid rumor right now. It's got some legs on it.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, I think when something pops up twice on 2 consecutive spec maps, the kind of no smoke without fire for this one, literally. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, we haven't had Evil Dead at the event for a while. We should have had it pretty recently, but that fell through. So I think this could be a good one. Evil Dead Rise. Did you guys like the movie?
I thought it was awesome. Yeah, I thought that one was really cool.
I thought it was good too. So
yeah. So big expectations for this movie. So I don't see why not. It could turn into a good house too.
Yeah, it would be cool just to have Evil Dead at Horror Nights, of course.
Yeah.
Oh man, I got to zoom in here. 23B.
23B.
Yeah, we've got a little rock hand giving the devil horns or something here. I mean, I don't know. We had that skeleton thing on the last map in a different location. I think that was in one of the new permanent tent structure things. So
yeah,
that is correct.
Something maybe still kind of aligned with some of these music rumors. We've heard anything from Gaga to an original Ozzy. Kind of whatever. We've heard Ozzy. Who knows?
Ice Nine Kills, I think, has been thrown out there as well. So
it seems like whatever this rumor means or ends up being will definitely be some music related, you know, whether that's an artist getting a house like we've seen at Hollywood with Slash a bunch, or whether it's just something music related, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very Hollywood coded. If it is Ozzy, you know, because that is the big rumor, and usually when there's a big rumor like that, it usually comes to fruition. So Ozzy's done a little bit for Hollywood. It is very Hollywood because they have like Slash. We've had Alice Cooper over here before that. That kind of worked. You know, we had The Weeknd recently, which we all agreed was a good house. So yeah, this could be a lot of fun having a music house back this year.
Agreed.
If it's Ozzy, do you think, you know, there's got to be some kind of scene of Ozzy taking a bite off a bat's head or what?
There would have to be, right?
Right.
Yeah.
No matter what, it has to be in there.
The Ozzy rumor is definitely interesting. It would lend itself very well to Horror Nights, you know, all the imagery, all of that. It would be great.
That kind of music just goes hand in hand, I feel, too. You know, like Ozzy and like Black Sabbath stuff in the house would be cool.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. Agreed. All right.
We're flying through these boys.
Well,
I know, right?
We've gone through these already.
Well, this, I think, is the first one that we've actually got. Well, the rock hand is a change. It's in a different location, and it's a different symbol. But I was going to say the next one is a kind of cool change. What is that, 24B?
24B?
Yeah. So it's the same image. Ash, is there any way you can zoom in on that? This is a really minute detail. I don't know.
I can. Let me know if this works. Could be user error.
Okay, keep going and then just move it over. Yeah, zoom in a little bit more.
There
Look
you
at
go.
you.
Look at this guy.
Liz who?
Learning on the fly.
Liz is going to be like, wow. Zoom in even more. This is such a small detail.
Yeah, it's so hard to see that, you need to.
There we go.
I want to point this out. It may still
Ash,
be
can
tough
you
to see.
move it all the way to, like, can you keep going to the right, like pushing it over? And
I think that's it, yeah.
Can you zoom more?
Oh.
There we go.
Keep going, because it's hard to see.
We're getting into the
This is the
nitty gritty
last
here.
zoom.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
there.
good.
Done.
So,
Okay, cool.
What I wanted to point out, we talked about all this makeup stuff on the first, I guess it was technically the second spec map, but we didn't cover the Christmas one. So our first spec map episode, we talked about the makeup, and I think me and Liz were talking about how there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little like radioactive symbol on there. And we talked about, what does that mean? Like Toxic 20s, or maybe it's related to BuzzCon or Vanity Ball or whatever. This map, there's an addition of a little tiny bee, a little bumblebee under the radioactive. So it feels like the BuzzCon related Vanity Ball-ish type thing. I don't know. They're throwing us a bone here, It feels like they have taken that rumor and solidified it a little bit more with this map.
Now, I have a question, Brady. Did you notice that bee right off the
the jump? I immediately, because of the last
Okay.
episode on like the tiniest little detail, I immediately went back to it and I was like, there's something else there. So I don't know.
I didn't notice it until you actually said it before when you got home. I was like, okay.
For those listening and not watching on YouTube, we were just zooming in for a good 3 minutes. So we do apologize for the minor inconvenience. But yeah, I mean, you guys touched on it last time. I was not going that way at all with the BuzzCon thing, but I think Brady and Liz kind of touched on how cool would it be. And with Horror Nights, they love a good retcon, right? So
you gotta combine lore.
Yeah, we had a little Vanity Ball. So what happened to turn all those people a little crazy? Oh, we have BuzzCon, right?
BuzzCon Cosmetics did it to him, right?
Love that BuzzCon.
Or maybe it's
Cosmetics.
even a later thing. Maybe it's like post Vanity Ball, BuzzCon gets a hold of these people and they're like, we got a product for you to make you look a little more, normal or whatever.
Maybe, yeah.
But it ends up being bad.
It's always good for the fans, right? When you get a little bit of lore mixed in with maybe like another concept. But again, Vanity Ball, we're just assuming, given the imagery on there. But
yeah.
And
just so you know, the previous map, this one had the paw print, the one that looked like the Naughty Dog symbol.
Right.
So that is now gone from the spec map. So
we'll get to that.
I
think this Vanity Ball, maybe possibly one, was at one of the sprung tents.
It was like bottom right corner. I can remember from the last one. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we've got next one in line here. What is that? 24A.
Yep.
Correct.
It is. Yeah.
And it just a different placement than in what it was. It was in 23.
Yeah, it was in 23B before.
Yeah, but it's the same. Basically, the upside down tilted clock. Everybody's, I feel everybody is on the same page that Stranger Things or Stranger Things 5 or a collective overall Stranger Things house. One of those two, probably a good possibility. So
yeah, this one just feels like, it's an upside down clock. Like,
yeah,
what else is it?
Yeah, exactly.
They could be throwing us for the most wild card ever to happen in spec map history, but I don't know. It feels Stranger Things.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I love this just because I know our last two Stranger Things houses weren't great, but obviously the original one was amazing. Like, we all love that one.
Oh, fantastic.
But they have to close the chapter of Stranger Things at the event. They've got to sort of bookmark it. I feel it's tough, isn't it? Because do you do season 5 or do you do a compilation of everything? What do you think they'll do, and what do you want it to be?
Well, we know what you want it to be because you need it to close out for your own sake. So I already know that. Yep. But me personally, I don't think 5 really translate into a whole house. Maybe a scene or two here and there. So I'm hoping it's an overall Stranger Things 1 through 5 best of whatever it may be.
Yeah, I feel like the completionist of me kind of wants, like Ash is saying, to just do season 5, so we've had all of the seasons kind of represented individually, minus 2 and 3 being like a combo house, of course. But I got to agree in the sense that, like, compared to some of the other seasons, 5, I feel like the content doesn't translate super well for like a house. So I would prefer it was just like some highlights of season 5 and throw it into a big mega house like The Walking Dead. The last year they did Walking Dead, they were like, we're just going to give you the greatest hits again.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would be a cool direction to go with it, but time will tell.
Yeah.
Faux show. All right, moving along. Ash, you want to take this one?
Sure. Yeah, very similar concept to last time. I think we just got a bit of colour on this version, but we have some blood and some guts, so we are thinking Mr. Larry Kurtzberg himself, HR Blood and Guts, in the original location it was all the way back in 2011. So what are we thinking?
Ooh, little Ash history fun fact.
There
I didn't know that.
Little tidbit, yeah.
Look at that.
I really hope this is HR Blood and Guts.
Yes.
So, because I think this would be pretty fantastic. And just to go back before, I just wanted to say the where Stranger Things is now on this new map, that's where the pincushion picture was on the previous one. So, but we'll get to that in a minute. So just wanted to put that. I mean, what else can this be?
Right.
It's got to be this, yeah.
And it makes sense for an anniversary year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I also wanted to say, like, this whole map, I would like to go back to last year and the year before and compare how much things changed or didn't change each spec map. Is it just me, or do you guys feel like the kind of images and the rumors that they're related to have, like, really stayed consistent this year compared to some others? Like, there's quite a few on here that, like, each spec map has had, like, the same kind of concept. So, I don't know. Some of these feel like people are fairly certain about.
I feel like Horror Night Nightmares always throws one in there, at least one. No matter if we think with the rumor mill going, hey, this sounds like it really could be coming. Yeah. I feel like one of these houses, obviously the one we got announced, but one of these houses is not going to come here. I
just
feel like
fully unrelated to what it looks
fully
like.
Unrelated, correct. I feel like you have to at least put one in there. Just to throw everybody off. You can't be like, okay, yeah, this is what's going on this year.
And on top of that, we've seen
but I don't know which one it is.
Yeah. And on top of that, we've seen so many times, like, licensing issues just happen so short notice before the event. So those things can always happen too. Yeah. Anyways, with Blood and Guts.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Ash. No, you go.
I was just gonna just on the point here. I wonder now if Horror Nights has got so big that social media now is just so prevalent around it, where there's just so many rumors that somebody tells somebody, then they tell somebody, and we kind of know what's coming anyway before the spec map even drops ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to a degree. Yeah, absolutely.
So I wonder if, we can't throw any red herrings on there anymore because we'll look like fools because everybody knows what's coming anyway, you know.
And then we look uncredible
Yeah, right. Remember one year we were talking about when everyone was saying it could be Demon Slayer. Remember that year? Because there was like something random. Just something random on there. I feel like we're just like almost on the nose now, and it's kind of like, well, we all know what's coming. Let's have a little fun with it, but maybe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Brady, HR Blood and Guts, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, before we move on, just my little blurb on HR Blood and Guts. I've only ever seen him in the Scary, Welcome to Scary, like, compilation house, so I'm all for it. I would love to get to know Mr. Blood and Guts on a more personal level.
Yes. What Brady just said, I'm with him. I haven't seen him except for in the Scary house. So.
Well, let's stop on this for a moment then. So... the original one was obviously Holidays, right? A different room was like that compilation house. In our live a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned like, what if HR Blood and Guts was hosting 35 years of Monsters and Mayhem?
That's right. I do remember you talking about that on the stream.
Yeah, and then we go through like HR Blood and Guts Presents, and it's like each room is maybe like a Horror Nights original sort of house from the past, like a franchise from the past. What are we thinking?
Oh, okay.
I think that could be cool because I don't think that any of the house icons on the spec map lend themselves well to any sort of like HHN 35th anniversary like compilation house. We'll talk about the zones now that we have those because there is like just some right in your face ones. But as far as the houses, it doesn't seem like in any of the maps we've had a super apparent, like, this will be the anniversary, like, compilation house. And that's not to say that they have to do that or they will do that. And we obviously have Jack and Oddfellow, which in a way is like, hey, we got two icons coming back. So take that with a grain of salt. But I do like what you're onto, Ash. I think this could be a cool way to explore. You take this character, but you also kind of throw him into other things for the 35th.
Yeah, cool concept.
All right.
I like it.
I think next up we have the shows, if we're just going around the map the same way, unless you prefer to finish out the houses.
No, that's fine. We can just go around.
We've got in the, why am I drawing a blank? Fear Factor, that's the name of that place. That's where that happens. Truly don't know what these are. Could be cowbells, looks like Chinese like fried rice takeout containers. Ash said they look like Jack in the Boxes, but they're a weird shape for Jack in the Boxes. I have truly no idea. You guys got anything on this?
I like the fried rice, like the takeout container, because
okay, sure. Let's assume that we agree on that. But what does that mean?
Like. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, because this is for a show, so this could be anything.
A hibachi experience.
For the listeners, I am not going to zoom in. But if you look at the far left one, is that not like a crank? You see how there's like a little white thing?
Oh well, now you have to go in.
I'm not zooming in.
All right, let me zoom in on my own phone.
Let me look on mine.
It looks like a crank to the left of it. There's like a white thing sticking out the left-hand side.
That to the left is just the corner of the box it's in. On the right side, it looks like the little metal handle to a Chinese takeout box, dude.
100% looks like the handle.
Okay.
Totally looks like the handle.
I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement. We're a little bit confused as to what the actual content of this is. So.
Right.
Well, there's a show coming.
There's a show happening.
There's a show coming.
Fear Factor.
At Fear Factor. Probably dancers and stuff.
Maybe. And then we've got some shooting water from the ground, which, I mean, as the Stranger Things one, I can only just assume that it's another water projection show. I don't know what else you do on the water projection area. So,
fair.
Whatever the content may be, who's to say?
Yeah, the Lagoon show. I mean, we can talk about the rumor. The rumors out there for the obviously.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
Like I said, we don't usually talk about things that may or may not be coming or post about it. But when it's out there, I guess we can at least talk about it. But yeah, the rumor is a Stranger Things Lagoon show encompassing all 5 seasons. So that'd be pretty cool.
Which would be awesome if that happened. I mean, the music, the imagery, be great.
So if they do that for the water show, do they do it for the house too?
Yeah, I guess that'll kind of... I'd be curious to see if one is one and the other is
it's
another.
Like just one is different than the other. Yeah.
Yeah,
if we either get the compilation house or we get season 5 and then we get, only compilation for water or whatever.
Yeah.
Tim, what do we got next?
Let's see. This is tent 4, correct?
Yeah, the new permanent kind of tent structures. Yep.
This is in the same spot as the last map, and it is the little lighter with cigarettes.
Yeah, 2 cigarettes.
2 cigarettes.
Yep.
Yes, it was 2 cigarettes in the last one. What did we say this one? What I don't even remember what.
The kind of
we
going.
talked
the movie Brady
hates.
Sinners.
Oh, whoa.
We talked about this in our live, and everybody.
Oh, that's right.
I didn't say I hated it. I didn't say I hated it. I
Brady
said it
worst
was
movie ever. Would never.
I think he said overhyped.
I think I said overhyped. I think I even followed it up by making sure people knew I enjoyed the movie a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came at you with pitchforks in the comments.
I know, man.
But Sinners, a lot of people say, we've had the Darker Steel recently, why are they doing this? But I mean, it's completely different stories. And
yeah, I think there's a bit of a similarity of like that kind of trope of like musicians making a deal with the devil. Like it kind of has that kind of feel, but it's also like vastly different. You know, Sinners throws in this whole element of vampires and all this stuff, and yeah. I think Sinners would translate very well to a house. I think that would be a lot of fun.
I
agree, but I think it's very similar to Darkest Steel.
But we love Darkest Steel.
We do love Darkest Steel.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah.
That is correct.
That's a great point.
So I'm okay with it. Yep. All right. So same place, same thing. Moving on. Tent 3. We have, which I'm hoping for, that this is really coming finally.
They're teasing us with this one.
What's that?
I said they're teasing us with this one.
I know. I'm gonna be mad if this is the one that we just discussed. That there's one that's gonna be on there that is definitely not coming. I hope it is not this one.
Right.
But it's a pincushion. I mean, Hellraiser, Pinhead, please.
It's right there.
It's right there. Just do it already.
And this one did move locations.
It did.
Correct.
Yeah, because it was over in one of the sound stages, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this is one of the sort of like bigger, almost like juggernaut villain IP we've been missing. Like this and Ghostface. If you think about the sort of big IPs, I'm just hoping it's the sort of original Clive Barker one, maybe not the remake or anything like that. So I hope they kind of go and get the original.
Yeah, I'm hoping for the original too. This does feel like one of those things where it's like, oh, we're finally getting it. And it's like, based off of that show they did a couple of years ago, here's the twist. So I hope for the original, but I'll also take it in whatever capacity.
100%.
But the original, the only sort of, I was going to say drawback is a lot of it is set in one house, isn't it? A lot of the movies set in one house.
It is, but there is a lot of
but they also take you to that,
the dark scenes where you actually see Pinhead and you know.
Yeah,
but I do get what you're saying, Ash, because his body is up in that attic for most of the time.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of in the house. But I mean, The Exorcist is literally a movie in one room,
and it was great.
Managed to pull that off. So yeah.
And on the old spec map or the previous spec map, this was the one where the two skeletons were dancing and stuff for the music one, but which is now the horns.
Yeah,
over
so
in the
seemingly
soundstage.
Music is getting the soundstage treatment, and maybe Pinhead is going to be in a tent, which also
I'm good with
worth
that.
noting here. Interesting that if Sinners and Pinhead, have any kind of steadiness to the rumors, they would both be in those two tents. So we'd have two IPs next to each other there, which
those
would
are
be
the two new ones too.
Yep. And then in the first of the two normal kind of sprung tents, we've got again, I'm sure everyone's already seen this map before. You have to
I'm just zooming in on my phone.
Yeah, I was going to say you have to zoom in a little bit. It looks like a bear on a body is roasting a human over a fire in a cage with a paw print on it. So it's
there's the paw print back.
Right, we've got something related.
Yeah.
It's just got a tiny bit different of okay, maybe this is what it is. I don't know what to think about this. Animals coming back for humans. They're
could this be some kind of cryptid's house?
We did talk about that, I think, on the last spec map.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, I don't know with this one. There's a lot to digest.
Otherwise, it's HHN
Yeah.
Bear. HHN Bear's getting his own house right now. I don't know.
Now you said that. We know where HHN Bear is this year. Now you've said that.
That's what we really need.
We need
Yeah,
an HHN Bear house. Come on.
Is this like a human with the bear head on? Because it looks like it's got like a human body underneath it, right?
Yeah, I noticed that too.
So
Maybe
I don't know.
some
Is it
kind of
almost-
like cannibalistic, like survivalist
kind of thing?
Like, yeah.
Like, I'm going to throw this out there. I know this is way off base, but like Yellow Jackets?
I mean, that's a good comparison. I don't think we're necessarily getting the property of Yellow Jackets, but
right.
but something along those lines.
Yeah.
Or I think I've heard a lot of people talking about some kind of zoo type thing too.
Yeah, zoos come. I mean, it makes sense with the cage too.
This hint kind of, I don't know, it throws me off a little bit now that we're seeing the animal kind of like roasting a human. Unless
Maybe
it's some kind of weird twist on, yeah.
Or maybe this is the one that's not coming.
I like that that's going to be your
That's
go-to
gonna be
now
my
for
answer.
the.
Maybe this is
the
not
I don't
coming.
know.
Yeah.
All right, and then the final one, in tent 1,
Yes.
we have Liz's favorite.
Oh,
has
yeah.
not I don't think it's moved. Has not. It has moved. Okay, so it was in tent 2. Now it's in tent 1. Not a big
okay.
deal. Not a big deal. But it is the alien with a cowboy hat on. So, Liz, I hope for your sake that this is Invasion meets Lightning Gulch or whatever.
I truly
some
hope
kind of
that's it.
concept like that. So,
What a crazy combination that would be.
Right.
This would be so good. And
I think
to
this would
keep
be
the
a lot of
Western,
fun.
because it's Hatchet and Chain's location, right? So to keep another Western in there would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what they could do with it. I'm sure they're
Yeah.
going to have like Welcome to Lightning Gulch with maybe the spaceship landed in it. Oh, this is such a good concept,
dude.
and it should be campy. It should be sort of like
very campy.
Yeah, this is I'm excited.
This is another one on this map this year that I'm like, I really hope that what it seems to be is what it is, because that would
Me too.
be
Me too.
awesome.
Or maybe this is the one that's not coming.
Oh boy.
I'm kidding.
Consider
I don't
everyone
know.
apart from
I know.
Soundstage 22.
All right, so I mean, we've basically run through all the houses. So we've talked
And
about all
the
the
two
houses
shows.
and the 2 shows. The 2 shows were not on the last map; they're now on this one.
Yep.
And now we also got 4 zones. And if you scroll in there real tiny, you can also see that there are 3 little symbols, like the white circle with like the black symbol in it. So we have
yes. I think we
so
talked about
have-
that on the first one too.
We have the headphones over in San Francisco, so probably going to be a DJ booth again.
Yeah.
We have the chainsaw over by like the bridge area where Simpsons are, and then we have the I can't see this one. I got
The roller skates.
It's
yeah,
roller
the roller
skates
skate
again
over by
Mel's.
Mel. So
And there was a
Which- it
fourth
looks-
one. There
give
was
me that.
there was the Dark Mark too.
Oh yes, yep.
Oh,
So we'll
that's
have
right.
the
I
Death
forgot about
Eaters.
that. So basically, all of these. Well, I won't say all of these. I mean, we just got the DJ and the Mel's Zombies fairly new, so I'm glad to see those are coming back. I think those are fantastic additions. Whether you like the DJ or not, I think it's a great spot just to kind of chill and hang out and get a
Yeah.
beer if you want, because there's a beer truck over there or whatever. But those are on there as well. But now we get to some good stuff, which is the scare zones, which we did not have on the last map. They were just all machetes.
Yes.
So we'll just continue right from the aliens. So the first scare zone, it looks like it is in that's
That would
Central
be in
Park,
Central Park. Yep.
It is, yeah.
and it is just a banana half
man.
peeled down. So boys, what you thinking?
I gotta
I-
jump in here.
Do
this
it.
one with the, elephant in the room here with the Fortnite thing. It unfortunately does lend itself very well with this symbol, because there's the banana character you can play in. If you've been playing Fortnite for a long time, that's an older character. You can have the banana pickaxe. It feels a little bit, like it's hinting towards the big Fortnite rumor. So we'll see.
Maybe this
don't
is
know.
the one that's really
Oh
not
my gosh.
coming.
I think this is the one that's really correct.
Don't say that, Ash.
Do you know what throws me off a little bit though? The location, because I'm thinking,
I agree.
It's a strange one, isn't it? For like a big IP like that, usually it's your original. I know we had Trick or Treat there, but
I
it's
think
usually
that-
your original. You know what I mean?
That is such a small space if it were to be the popularity size of Fortnite. That is like
Like that.
That sounds like a
that
nightmare.
has to
A Fort nightmare.
And obviously with the scare zones, this is the first time that we've seen them. So this could be zones. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not, and also probably not in the right area. Because I agree, like if this is going to come, like that has to be in like New York or Hollywood, right?
Right.
Like,
You'd
it's
think
just
so.
like it's just too much to that.
The
And man,
thing about Central Park as well, it looks like they've included where Animal Actors is, you know, where the cat lady's house was last year. So it's kind of stretch into that too.
Yep.
And it comes all the way out to like, I noticed that too, Ash, like where they included the little green marking. It also comes out further, like that year that we had, we were just talking about it on 2829. What was
we
that
had Twisted
zone?
Tradition there, didn't we?
Yeah, it looks like it comes a bit further out there.
The
too.
church, the schoolhouse church.
Yeah, we also had Herschel's Barn there too for Walking Dead. And that little,
So I guess if we're using the latest kind of, like using all the way of the space all the way to like animal actors like Cat Lady, and if we were going to expand the other way, I could see that working.
Yeah, yep.
I just hope it's not coming.
Continuing from there, we've got what seems to just be ambiguous yet somehow very obvious. It just says 35 years. So what that actually means, can't say, but it will be rumored to be, I should say, some kind of 35th anniversary. Maybe we get compilation of characters, you know, kind of Horror Nights originals. Who knows? Do you think it'll be like what was 30, where we had like treats and
little
foods,
stages, didn't we?
Like the little stages from different eras of HHN over the years. So like maybe something like that again.
Was it because we didn't go that year, but I remember loving seeing the videos. Ash, was it 25 that they had the icons up on
the
like
icons
a little
were there,
platform?
25. Correct. Yeah. And 20,
they all had their little show, right? Like each one did a little kill.
They all had the little little side shows. But 20,
cool.
They had the prop warehouse. Like if you haven't seen videos from 20, it was really good. They had all the icons in there. They even had the Crypt Keeper in there too.
Nice.
So that was like a prop warehouse. You walked through all the way down Hollywood Boulevard, and right at the end was Fear. Fear revealed at the end. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've all got somewhat of an idea of some kind of, hey, this is a big year. Let's do a compilation of Horror Nights kind of classic things and beloved things. So
for sure.
Ash, what do we got for the very front, walking right into your first night of Horror Nights? What do we got there?
Well, I assume this will be the what's the acronym again? Infernal Carnival of Nightmares.
Boom! You nailed it.
I think this will be the sort of marquee. Like, if we are going to get the archers sort of like dressed up, you'd expect when you walk in to have that sort of carnival-esque feel and theme to it. I wonder if we're going to get the sort of neon sign dressed up as like a big top, maybe. That would look amazing in there.
Do you think, this is just because of what you were saying, do you think maybe they could do a big top across the two buildings somehow? Over everything? Like almost a covering, if you will?
Yeah. That would be cool. I'd be curious what the kind of like issues of wind and things.
And I'm just trying to like that before though. They'd have to have holes in it though for the wind to go through.
Right.
And obviously the weather gets crazy.
Correct.
But you're not wrong, Tim. We've had things like chandeliers up there.
I was going to say, was 26 Chance in Hell, did it have stuff hanging in between the buildings? I seem to remember. Like they had like the little remember, like honestly. What are those called in like theater? Like the frowny and the upside.
Yeah, the smile and the frown.
But I feel like those were hanging
arcs.
maybe. Yeah. We've definitely had stuff hanging, but
we've had stuff like that before where this goes like building to building, and we've even had things jumping from building to building before. So it's definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
My question to you fellas then is, in this area, do we get Jack and Oddfellow in it?
I would like to think so. You know, it's the first entry zone. Maybe they're up on a platform almost like the Pumpkin Lord one that year. Something of that sort, where it's more of like I think it's impossible at this point with logistics to put them on the ground, you know? Like Art last year, biking around. He could move and get out, but if you're stuck between two parameters of this is the start of your zone and the end of your zone, it feels like a nightmare with how big Horror Nights is at this point. So I'd assume they'd be on some kind of like stage, if you will.
I mean, it'd be kind of nice, just like, what was it, 2 years ago? What were the two...
duality of fear.
Dualities, where they were both up on top like that. It'd be kind of cool if if Jack and Oddfellow are mic'd up and actually can like talk to people, walking in and out. That'd be kind of cool.
That was good when they were up there sort of, doing the spiel. I mean, the zone was non-existent, but when they were doing the spiel up there, that was at least good.
Definitely.
True.
Timothy, last zone.
Final zone in New York. Picture of a clown. Clowns. Yeah. Just clowns.
There we go.
So are these like clowns from the circus? Or are we getting killer clowns from outer space again? Or like what are your thoughts on this?
I can't imagine we're getting killer clowns. We've had a house and a zone, at least for Orlando, What I hope happens here is, with all the lore about Jack and Oddfellow, with him like working for Oddfellow for the circus and all that, what I would hope to see here is like that scenic but like fully fleshed out in a zone of like, this is the carnival that they both come from. These are the people, these are the characters that worked at the circus with them. I would like to see that. My only issue with, trying to speculate about like what I want to see is like, how do you differentiate that in the front zone, Like, circus and also circus.
Good point. Yeah, well, I mean, what if they do have like the little side shows you're talking about? Sword swallowers.
Yeah, like
fire
almost
breathers.
give into like very on the nose like circus stuff.
Correct.
That would be awesome.
And Ash, you can tell us because you've been going forever. Like, didn't they do those kind of side shows like way back in the day too? Like all over. Just little sideshows of that kind of stuff, like carnivals.
Midway of the Bazaar, didn't they?
Yeah.
A lot of sideshows. Now that you said that, Brady, with like the sideshows and that carnival feel, I'm thinking move that towards the front there where the sort of carnival is. And to me, I thought this was going to be like just kind of a catch-all of like different clowns, maybe.
Okay.
Carnival of Carnage, they had Killer Carnies, which was just a bunch of different clowns and carnival, and they were driving like bumper cars around and stilt walkers. Cool. And
all right, hear me out.
I thought that yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah, go.
What if this is just all clowns? Like just like Art's there, Jack's there.
Oh, that would be interesting.
Can you imagine Pennywise being there? I mean, that'd be crazy. But
that's what I was thinking.
Like, how cool would that be to have like just different clowns like that?
And they all stood there with the Spider-Man pose to each other.
That'd be funny.
I think that would be cool. Whether it's like Ash is saying, where it's more originals, just like generic clowns, or if we somehow got like clown IPs all in one, either way, that would be really cool.
That'd be fun. So
I think that's everything.
Yeah, that is the new spec map from Horror Night Nightmares, the Happy Easter edition that we got yesterday. Not a lot of changes, but we did get the 2 shows, and we have 4 zones now that are on the spec map as opposed to the last one. So,
absolutely,
houses all pretty much the same. Couple little changes here and there, but nothing crazy. My guess is the next spec map will get something totally different.
See, I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying before. Is like this year seems like the spec maps have been like eerily consistent with each other.
I know.
The only thing I can think of off the top of my head with the very first one that's vastly changed is the very first one had something with like a ghost that we were all like, maybe we're finally getting Ghostface, and then that's gone. But aside from that, I feel like a lot of these have stayed consistent. I did want to say before we wrap up, and somebody has to get chosen for the social media. By the time this episode is out, we'll be doing a live stream this week. I'm not going to say a day or a time because I will get myself in trouble because we'll then end up picking something different. But be on the lookout for our social medias. We're going to do a live stream. Come hang out with us. We're going to talk about this with you guys, see what you guys are maybe thinking about some of these. But
this week, right? This week?
Yes, this week when this episode is out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Perfect. Well, I mean, does anybody have anything else before we jet out of here? Ash, you got anything else? Anything
I don't
besides
think so.
the spec map?
No. Do we have anything? No, just a live that's coming up, and just fingers crossed we might get a RP announcement maybe towards the end of the month.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah.
Or it's Thursday. Maybe we get it this Thursday.
That'd be a fantastic day if we're going to record on the Thursday.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Anything from you, Brady? Anything last minute? Anything we forget? Anything you want to bring up?
No, but guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something really kind for you guys. I'm going to volunteer. for telling everybody where they can find us.
What a lad. This guy.
Yeah.
What
Oh, yeah.
absolute legend.
So check this out, guys, right? We're over on Instagram at Stay, the letter N, Scream Pod. That is Stay and Scream Pod. And from Instagram, in our bio, we have a link tree set up with everywhere else you can find us on YouTube, on X. We also have a Discord server on YouTube. It can all be found at Stay and Scream Pod on Instagram. Look at that, boys.
What an absolute legend. Nailed
Amazing.
it. Nailed it.
Couldn't ask to do it better.
I know. You really couldn't.
Everybody cheats
Anyway.
now. Use the link tree. But
Here's the thing. Is it cheating or are we just working a bit smarter?
Use your
Probably
resources.
probably working a bit smarter, I think.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
All right. Well, we're going to get out of here until next time. Hopefully another announcement soon, but live this week. And then we have some episodes planned that are coming. So
Absolutely.
that's all I got. That's all we got for you. So we'll talk to you on the next episode. And hopefully we see you in the live chat this week.
See ya.
See you later, guys.
See ya.